Did you get caught self-loving by your mom?
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another round of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can call us right now, 600-KFMA at 600-5362. And Rico and Shane from Tucson Games and Gadgets will weigh in on your F My Life situation. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yep. First email sent to me by Antonio. These are Tucson problems right here. He said, today a cop car was tailing me and I was scared, trying to avoid any tickets. I drove straight through a pothole rather than swerving to avoid it. The cop pulled me over and insisted I was intoxicated because, quote unquote, anyone in their right mind would have dodged that pothole.
Yep.
F My Life, Shane.
Big baby on this one. I think the cop, I don't tend to agree with cops, but in this situation, I'm going to have to.
Yeah. What do you say, Rico?
FML, because, dealing with that all the time. Where you're like looking like a crazy person swerving around. So.
Right. I know. I mean,
Tucson, baby.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. You swerve to avoid the pothole, you look drunk. If you run right over it, you look drunk. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll agree, disagree, move forward. Our next F My Life email sent to me by Adam. He said, today I woke up to go pee and my cat followed me into the bathroom as usual. Then, in a not so usual fashion, she tried to jump from the sink to the top of the toilet, missed, and fell into the bowl while I was peeing. I'm scratched in a very bad place, man. And I have urine to clean up off the bathroom floor and a traumatized cat. F My Life. What do you say, Rico?
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad. All right, Shane, what do you say?
F cat's life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, this smells terrible. So, yeah, definitely F your life and the cat's life, Adam, all the way around. All right, next F My Life situation sent to me by Kevin. He said, today I found out that my mom has literally spent all of her savings sending money to some BS peddling mega church televangelist who apparently told her that giving him money would ensure her future fortune. Tithing's my ass. F My Life, Shane.
Yeah, well, it's definitely an F My Life. You got to watch out for the peddlers of faith.
Oh, yes, absolutely. What do you say, Rico?
It makes me always jealous hearing these stories. I'm like, why am I not in the church?
I know. I mean, honestly, we'd have so much money if we were scumbags.
I know.
Yeah.
What a shame.
I know.
That's my life.
Yeah, exactly. All right, two more left real quick. Yasmin sent me this email. She said, today I got a new set of acrylic nails to put on. While driving home, I had an urge to pick my nose. Ugh. My car then went over a speed bump. I now feel like my brain is bleeding. All right, F My Life, Shane.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's not ladylike.
Yeah, big baby. You got to know better.
Yeah. All right,
we were just talking about the potholes.
That's true. All right, Rico, do you agree?
Yeah, F My Life. A fingernail lobotomy is not how I want to start my morning.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree and move forward. Here's our final F My Life for the day. I resonate with this one. This was sent to me by Toby. He said, yesterday, my 5-year-old daughter told me that I need to stay 50 feet away from her at all times when we're at school. Mostly because I didn't hang out with the cool parents. That's happening at 5? Good luck when she's 15, dude. F My Life. What do you say, Rico?
Sure. That's pretty sad.
All right. What do you say, Shane?
Yeah, it's an F My Life for sure.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, Toby. F My Life all the way around. Keep those emails coming to beefvegan@kfma.com. We got your Monopoly-themed tap-out trivia coming up next. So if you know a little bit about the classic game that you can pick up at Tucson Games and Gadgets, by the way, then you might want to call in because tap-out is next on Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the podcast broadcast. As I am solo today. That's the experiment that we're going to be doing, a podcast broadcast, a solo on the stream. Of course, I'll probably invite people to pop in on the stream. So if you want to email me, beefvegan@gmail.com and jump on the podcast broadcast, you're more than welcome to do that. I'll keep an eye on my emails and send out the invites accordingly. And I have some clips that I accumulated that I'm going to share from this morning. I did an F My Life with a couple listeners, and that was fun. And That's actually the only clip that I recorded today. It's too bad too, because I'm rocking this new hoodie, which you can't tell how dope it is on a stream. You'd have to see it in person, but trust me, it's good. I'm rocking the brown look, and I'm down with it. So hold on, let me just update our date today so we can see it and keep those comments coming. We're going to talk about the world's first cocaine bar here in a little bit. That's a big deal. Also have some video clips to show with you and share with you. And I've also been keeping an eye on all this election shit that's starting to pan out. It's been crazy. There's going to be, I'll tell you this right now. I'll predict it with our own gubernatorial race between Carrie Lake and Katie Hobbs. It's becoming too close to where, if Katie Hobbs wins by a narrow margin, we are not going to stop hearing from Carrie Lake for the next year at least, just nonstop calling shenanigans on it. And that's going to suck. It's just going to be dominating the local news media until they just say, okay, enough is enough. But we'll see. It's getting close. And I hope you guys remembered to shut the fuck up yesterday, as that was part of our PSA. So if you did your due diligence and you shut the fuck up, that's awesome. I promise I am going to shut the fuck up about elections as well. We're not talking about that today, but it's interesting to kind of keep an eye on what's going on. All right. See, it's November 9th, I'm assuming. I'm believing. Boom. All right. Let's go through some of these comments here before we talk about the world's cocaine bar. Let's see. Dre. Yeah, I was riding solo all day today, and Manning too. And future reference, I will hit you guys up. So the reason why I'm riding solo today is because Weirdo hit me up this morning. She ended up getting sick, and Weirdo is locking down the Wednesdays for the foreseeable future. It'll be a Weirdo Wednesdays. And she had her swollen thyroid. She couldn't speak, and a slight fever. And that's enough for me to say, stay the fuck away. Not trying to get sick before a 3-day weekend. So she's not here. Tomorrow we'll wrap up the week with Powers and Rico. But today I'll just fuck it. It's all last minute. I'll just do it solo, catch up with some behind the scenes work, which I did, and talk to JJ a lot because JJ was calling it a bunch. And I was getting some weird, good to see you, Robbie. I was getting some weird phone calls from a dude all morning long doing weird voices. And that was in the 6 o'clock hour. He stopped around 7 o'clock when I stopped answering the phone calls. But it was kind of odd. I'll give you an example of this dude. He did, this grass call. So he did this. Oh, here we go again. Let's see what it's going to be this time. Rocco on 2.1. Who's this?
This is Frank.
Hey, Frank.
Frankly, I don't give a darn. Is this Mr. Beef Vegan?
100%.
I have a problem with this beef vegan thing of yours.
Okay.
Because what do cows eat?
They
grass.
Yes, they eat grass.
What are cows made of?
Beef. Hold on. He says grass. I got to do a tease here on the air, and I'll play the rest of this clip. It is odd. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA is Beef Vegan Presents live on the podcast broadcast. You can see this dope ass hoodie that I'm wearing today. You'd be jealous. It's a new fit. I feel like I'm stylish. I look like a piece of luggage, but in a good way. We have a lot of things to cover as far as today's top headlines and viral videos on the podcast broadcast. But coming up next, the world's first cocaine bar. This is actually a thing, and it's very hard to locate it because it always moves around. I'll tell you more about that after falling reverse zombified on Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. You can join us on the conversation, youtube.com/beefvegan. It's a podcast broadcast live. And don't forget to subscribe, right? All right, so a couple of different rhymes. Here's the rest of that.
Grass. What is grass? Possibly a vegetable, I think. So therefore, cows are vegetarians. And if they are vegetarians, that means that they are able to be eaten by vegans and such and so forth. Does that not make sense? You are what you eat. A cow is grass, so therefore a cow is a vegan. Mr. Vegan.
Yeah, I haven't got stoned this morning, but later on I'll smoke on that.
No joke, isn't it, Mr. Vegan?
Yeah.
Sitting there all fancy in the studio, looking out the window, wondering, gee, I could be doing something better today than this.
I do have a fun fact for you. Speaking of grass, though, did you know that? Oh, this motherfucker hung up. Well, anyways, for the rest of you, grass covers 1.6% of the United States, making it the largest crop in America. The more you grow, huh? Yes. That was a fun fact that actually came across while prepping the show this morning. And he just so happened to bring up grass. And there are no windows in the broom closet. We don't have the luxury of having a window view, which I'm actually okay with, especially during election season, because there's a guy across the hall that likes to poke the bear and talk a lot of shit. And, it's a little sketchy around this time of year. I remember before the 2016 election when Trump was running. And of course, the guy across the hall, huge anti-Trumper, and would say anyone who was thinking about voting for them is an idiot and call him a bunch of names. So essentially, fighting words he would say on a consistent basis. And then one morning, right before the election, prepping the show in the KFMA studio, which had a studio at the time, or had a window at the time, with Shmonty, some older guy knocks on the window. Right now, this is like 5 o'clock in the morning. So this is a sketch time to get a knock on the window from someone you don't know. And he looks, he waves, and he drops this Trump pinata down in front of the window. And I'm like, oh shit, that's a bomb. That could be a bomb. Like, who's this guy, right? So I don't know what the deal was. And so I told the guy across the hall, I'm like, hey man, you got a package outside the window. And he's like, well, grab it. I'm like, I'm not fucking grabbing it. You grab it. It's for you. There's no way it's for us. And, long story short, it wasn't a bomb, but again, it was still like a nerve-wracking thing. So during this time of year, when, he's running his mouth, and if the elections don't go a certain way, it might piss off some extremists and people who are on the fringe, a little off to try to seek revenge. If that's the case, they're aiming for a window. The one good thing about not having a window is kind of in the safety of being in the middle of the building in this broom closet. No one's going to check this room, so that's good. So I'm just trying, again, silver lining, and then be like, okay, it sucks I don't have a window, but at the same time, I feel safer inside the broom closet, which should have a whole makeover by 2023. So as we kick off the next year, this studio should look like a television studio. So I'm working hard behind the scenes on making that happen for the streamers out there. It'll look cool. So let's get on the air. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Let me talk to a certain percentage of the audience who are probably very excited about this. Cocaine bar? Yeah. Oh, there's the world's first cocaine bar. Is it actually a thing? And it's happening in Bolivia, of all places. That's the capital city and home to the world's first cocaine bar. Route 36 is what it's called. But if you want to find it, you're going to have to do some serious research. Now, they say they're famous for being the highest administrative capital in the world, sitting at about 3,500 meters above sea level, right? And it's so high that tourists often suffer from breathlessness, nausea, lack of appetite, and insomnia when they visit. So they figure, why not just add cocaine to the mix, right? Because those are all the symptoms you would have doing cocaine. So, and like the rest of the world, cocaine is still very much illegal in Bolivia. But the coca plant, that's where cocaine is extracted from, is readily available and legally sold, used for food, tea, and medicine in the area. So somebody put two and two together and they opened up the world's first cocaine bar. And that's called Route 36. But the deal is that they change locations often. In fact, actually in a matter of weeks, every month, there's a new cocaine bar. It's still Route 36, but they pop around. So you can Google it as much as you want, but there's no address to be found for the secret cocaine bar. As far as how do we know that it's the real thing? Well, I mean, news is broke and people have been complaining about the illegal operation and its clientele. It's a bar that's literally open from 10 o'clock at night till 10 o'clock in the morning. So people have also managed to uncover the bar that have claimed that you're probably not likely to find any Bolivians inside, since the place is just a tourist destination. So if you're planning to travel to Bolivia on vacation and not sleep at all, you'll probably keep an eye out for Route 36, the world's first cocaine bar. In 2021, there are about 840 deaths related to cocaine in the UK. And that's just a not so fun fact that I like to add to the end of this story. So let me ask you this, streamers, and of course, anyone listening on Rock 1 2.1, if you were to open the world's second cocaine bar, okay, Not that you should, and it's highly illegal and cocaine is bad. But if you were to open the world's second cocaine bar, what would be the name of that bar? All right. I want to know the best name for the world's second cocaine bar. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. We'll go through the streamer comments as well on Rock 102.1's Facebook page and youtube.com/beefvegan. Clear. Get excited about this little story, huh? All right. So that's the question I'm asking you. What's up, 10? Congratulations on winning those tickets this morning as well. Of course, we got a big weekend of hockey happening on Friday and Saturday. And let's see. So think about it. And okay, I knew JJ would have an answer for this. How about the Numb and Dumb bar? Okay. N2O, Rick James bitch bar. That would be fantastic. And you want to hear Weird Al sing Raspberry Parfait. Is that because of the clip that I played earlier of Weird Al? Let's go to the phones and see what we have here. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Hey, Beef. My name is Cindy.
Hey, Cindy. Would you name the cocaine bar? What would be the name of your cocaine bar?
Rock Solid.
Yeah. That's actually a really good name. I love that, Cindy. Is that why you were calling?
Yeah. Actually, it was not. I have another question. I hope I'm not on the air because I hope I don't ruin this guy's day.
Yeah, no problem. Well, you are on the stream, but we'll keep it anonymous. What do you got?
Okay. Hey, I just saw the Build a Band name.
Yes.
And there's already a band named Malicious Intent.
A local band or?
They're out of Canada.
Really?
Yeah, Google it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pull it up on YouTube. We'll see what Malicious Intent sounds like and see if it would sound like a band led by Corey Taylor. Does the lead singer sound like Corey Taylor at all?
I actually don't know, but I was like, I know that name from somewhere. So I looked it up right now and I'm just kind of scrolling through their stuff.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It does sound like a band name that would be around. But, at the end of the day, the promotion didn't state that. It couldn't be a different band name. It was all about votes. So I do appreciate that. Heads up.
All right. Okay, no problem. Because I was like,
right.
I'm up in the air about calling you or not. But yeah, okay.
I'll tell you the truth, Cindy. And Eric the Trash Guy is a loyal listener, but that wasn't my favorite name at all. In fact, I thought that sounded like a generic like high school band name. So I wasn't impressed, but he got the votes, so he got the money.
Okay. I don't know. I'm not usually a snitch, but like I was like,
I love it though. That's funny. Yeah, I'll bust his balls when he calls back in and be like, "You stole the name."
All right.
Awesome.
All right, man. Thanks for doing what you guys do. Have a good day.
Thanks, Cindy. Thanks for listening.
Right.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Rock 102.1. Who's this?
Beef Eric.
Oh, Eric, that's funny. Were you just calling because you were listening to Cindy call you out?
No, huh?
That's funny. That's good timing. So Cindy called and said, hey, Malicious Intent is already a band name out of Canada. And, so you stole the name, Eric. How dare you?
No, dude, I've never, no.
Well, of course, nobody's ever heard of it.
Malicious Intent was the name of the band I was in back in high school.
That's funny because I made fun of it because I was like, yeah, it sounds like a high school band name. Hold on one second. I got to play this.
Okay.
Rock 102.1. Who's this?
Hey, Beef. My name is Cindy.
Hey, Cindy. Would you name the cocaine bar? What would be the name of your cocaine bar?
Rock Solid.
Yeah. That's actually a really good name. All right, so I had to play that back real quick. So yeah, that's funny that you said that Malicious Intent was the name of your band because I was saying, and it's fine because you won and you won the right way by getting votes. But I was like, Malicious Intent does sound like a band name that someone would come up with in high school.
Well, I had to giggle when you said that too, because I was like, little do you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no, but I had no idea there was a band out of Canada named Malicious Intent. Yeah, no clue, dude.
I'm looking them up on YouTube right now for the podcast broadcast, see what I could air. And let's see. It'll be all right. But yeah, at the end of the day, I said to Cindy, and I'll say to you that there was no rule saying you couldn't use a name that is an obscure band name somewhere else in the world. So it's all about the votes.
Wow. Yeah, like I said, I didn't know that. No, I was calling for the cocaine bar.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, Eric, what would be the name of your cocaine bar if you opened one, which you shouldn't?
The Snowcap Lounge.
Snowcap Lounge sounds classy. Oh, like I would
Well, if
do some tutors.
if you're a stoner, we've all done snowcaps.
Ah, that is funny. Yes, that's weird. Yeah, I imagine people doing tutors with a monocle at your Snowcap Lounge.
Well, of course. You got to keep it classy. Pop that collar, you know.
That's right. I love it, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna edit that together and play that in between this song, and in between
Right on.
Sex and Candy. I think Sex and Candy is appropriate.
Right?
And that actually would be a good cocaine bar name, Sex and Candy.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I'd go.
I'm gonna edit it up. So I'll talk to you soon, Eric. Thanks for calling in. And
All right.
and you saw
Yeah,
the
buddy.
post too. So I'm glad that you saw that post.
Yep, I saw it.
Right on. All right, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, buddy. Later.
All right, peace. All right, and also, yeah, I sent you an invite there, Todd. And if anyone wants to jump in on the stream, we'll be doing that here in a little bit. I did. Here, I'll do this real quick as I set this up. No, I won't. I'm just gonna edit this real quick. You could hear this behind the scenes stuff. Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, Eric, what would be the name of your cocaine bar if you opened one, which you shouldn't?
The Snowcap Lounge.
That's right. Let's see, I'll edit out my.
Snowcaps.
Ah, that is funny. Yes, that's weird. See, I could take that part out because that was intelligible. Yeah, I imagine people doing tutors with a monocle at your Snowcap. All right, yeah, Sex and Candy. Here we go. Yeah, Eric, what would be the name of your cocaine bar if you opened one, which you shouldn't?
The Snowcap Lounge.
Snowcap Lounge sounds classy. Oh, like I would
Well, if
do some tutors.
if you're a stoner, we've all done snowcaps.
Yeah, I imagine people doing tutors with a monocle at your Snowcap Lounge.
Well, of course. You got to keep it classy.
All right, there you go. So I'll play that right before Sex and Candy. Oh, we got another caller. A lot of people have the name for the cocaine bars. Right on. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
This is Jimmy.
Jimmy, you got a name for the cocaine bar?
Yeah, I got a name for the cocaine bar.
All right, what is it?
Snowblind.
Snowblind. Okay.
Correct.
All right. Well, I mean, that is a place where you could pick up on ugly women. Oh, he hung up. That's all right. The joke was so bad that he hung up. Which I don't even blame him. Thanks for the call. I appreciate it. Sugar boogers would be nice. Yeah, yep. That's not a bad name. Nummies and dummies. I like that. And let's see. Snowcap and Snowblind. Let's see. Original formula. Okay. Nice. So that's the running question, I guess, here for the podcast broadcast. Joining me on the podcast broadcast, our good friend Todd Marley. Good morning, Todd.
Rails. I would call mine Rails.
That's good. Simple, short, to the point. I think that's good branding right there with the cocaine bar. And they say it's the world's first cocaine bar, but it won't be the last. That's for sure. What a great business model. Yeah, you open up a bar where people are literally addicted to it. Well, I guess bar without whatever.
Bar is a very loose term they're using. That's not what that's what you're selling as a face.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you want to see something weird?
I like weird things.
Yes. Okay. So this is conjoined twins. Now we've seen this before on daytime television, but these conjoined twins, one of them is asexual, but the sister has a boyfriend. So the asexual one is an inadvertent cuck. And as far as the boyfriend's concerned, kind of weirdos, like, it's half non-consensual, right?
Right.
So here,
I mean, where else are you going to be?
Yeah, that's true. So here's the conjoined twins right here. The girl on the left fucks, and the girl on the right, this is the face she makes when they get it on. Just like, when's this gonna be over? And unfortunately for her, the boyfriend's like, well, I'm staring at a disappointed face, so it's gonna take a while. But this conjoined twins just made headlines. They're out of Mexico. for one being in a relationship, and very good for her. I'm glad that she's happy. But the asexual one's like, no, it's not my vagina, and I don't even want it. So, would you consider this?
It's a case where one of them is clearly in control of pretty much everything, and the other one's along for the ride, not really getting much of a choice in the matter, just kind of stuck on her back side, coming out her side.
Yes, Rockwell 2.1 KFMA. That's Todd Marley joining me on the podcast broadcast stream, and where we're looking at a picture of conjoined twins who made headlines this week because one of them is in a relationship with a guy, the other one is asexual, and she doesn't want to have sex, but unfortunately, she's just along for the ride, and she's going to see this, every single time. Very close up. So I do feel bad for the asexual conjoined twin. But it's a weird story that would have been covered by Weirdo, who I'm seeing on the podcast broadcast stream as well. I have something to share with you. And now I know that you're not into the dating sign things, but Todd, what's an ugly truth about adulthood that you wish you learned earlier?
Oh, you taxes, man. Like figuring that out has been a trip and a half every year. It always changes. Never getting any guidance to really start with. Like, I'm thankful I'm at a point where I could pay somebody else to figure it out for me.
Yeah, and well, you're lucky. I mean, I tried to file my own taxes last year, but I screwed up and accidentally like double submitted something, and I couldn't take it off. And I got to a point where I was like, screw it. Luckily, I make so little money that if they come after me, I'll be like, here's your $20, bro. But this question was asked on Reddit, and there's a bunch of great comments here about the ugly truth you learn as you get older. And it's kind of eye-opening. Like someone wrote, the aspects of your personality that are crap and need to change. Introspection is the hardest skill that they found when it comes to living. All right. This one I learned when I was like 35. And that's your family really isn't as perfect as you thought. And you're allowed to distance from aspects that you don't like. I think the one ugly truth that I learned from adulthood was that my mom is human and flawed like many humans. And, I should not put so much trust in her decisions when it involves me. Because, there was a large chunk of my life where I completely devoted myself to helping out my mom and her family business. And selfishly, unfortunately, I did not benefit whatsoever at all. In fact, I was kind of stuck on hold for a good 10, 15 years. And it wasn't until after I kind of said, you're on your own, that I started to grow as an adult. Does that make sense? Is it kind of depressing?
A little bit.
All right. Let's talk about cocaine bars now. All right.
Yeah.
This one, I tried to tell my girlfriend yesterday. She did not agree with it. But somebody wrote, love is a feeling. Love is not a feeling. It's a choice. And she disagrees. She thinks it's both. What would you say?
Both. Like it's going to start out. It should start out as a feeling at the very least. But love on a long-term basis has to be a choice, because you have to make that burst, that fire doesn't last. And if you want to keep that going, you have to make the choice to put the effort in.
Yeah.
So it is both.
Yeah. Yeah. That's lame though.
Everything's lame. All of this is lame.
All right. I wanted to break down that list. And then Weirdo, she was here, I had a female perspective. And she's like, yeah, no, love is a choice. I choose to love about 7 people right now. All right. So, all right, let's hit the reset. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. And we got music on the way from the Offspring. It's Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Clear. All right. So, yeah, there was a couple others. A couple of other depressing tidbits as far as ugly truths about becoming an adult. That
you want to get over the hump on Wednesday. Here's the Wednesday Downer News.
I know. But like, you're supposed to save for retirement since 21. Like, yep.
No, but that's not a thing. Sorry, move on.
I say people are not responsible for the version of them that you create in your head, and it's an especially hard lesson for people you really care about. That's too deep. Yeah,
that's deep and depressing and true.
Yeah, I guess it's true. Here's another weird story though that's not as depressing. A 38-year-old man woke up from a coma in 2004 with no memory, but had a talent for art. And this is one of those weird coma stories that we come across from time to time. And you never know why or where it's going to happen. I mean, people have woken up essentially speaking languages that they've never even heard before. So there is a lot of mysteries when it comes to the human condition in the brain, especially when comas are involved. This man, I'm looking at his art right now, and I'm not necessarily really impressed. I mean, he built some cool robot shit, but yeah, so here he is. I'm going to add it to the stream. All right, so this is the man who in 2004 woke up from a coma, had no idea who he was, and then started building robots and shit. All right, so this was posted in the very credible New York Post. And yeah, he's a married father named Mo Hunter, who was in a coma for more than a month in 2004 after being diagnosed with a bacterial meningitis and tuberculosis in the brain. Ugh. He woke up from brain surgery with no memory, instead a brand new flair for art. So they messed up, I think, the right side of his brain, and then the left side of his brain kind of kicked it into overdrive.
I mean, whatever part of his brain was still working, at least, he's putting it to creative focus.
Yeah. That's very optimistic of you as well.
I don't know, what else is he gonna do, man? He doesn't remember anything else. He got up and he likes to draw art, likes to build little art, like Star Wars crap. Very clearly, all of this is like, look at my Star Wars stuff. I like to make models.
That's true. Yeah, so you got the R2D2 and everything else. So yeah, he doesn't have a memory, but for some reason he recalls Batman and Star Wars and Moon Knight, Marvel, all that good stuff. I actually have Hollywood headlines involving these, talking about these stories and movies that are coming up here in just a few minutes on the FM side. But earlier this morning, I did an F My Life. Now, of course, I was solo, but I did have 2 listeners call in. I had Kat and what was it, Mariano? So I had a guy and a girl perspective weighing in on F My Life, and it was super fun. And in case you guys missed it, it went a little something like this. Check it out.
You fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
Fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. And you can't weigh in on, or you can't call in within F My Life today because I have 2 judges on the line to weigh in on these F My Lives with me. On line 1, we got Mariano. Good morning, Mariano.
Hey, how's it going, baby?
Good, brother. Good. And on line 2, we have Kat. Good morning, Kat.
Good morning.
I think this is a perfect balance. So we'll be able to get to these F My Lives and have a definitive answer of whether or not these people's lives are effed or they're being big babies based off our expert panel here. Let's get right into it. First email I got was from a woman named Steph at beefvegan@kfma.com. She wrote, the other day, after years of torment by my anxiety disorders and therapy and medication not helping, I made the decision to try hypnosis. After doing a Google search and finding out my therapist is a man, my overly jealous fiance insisted on joining because, quote unquote, he might hypnotize you into cheating. All right, F My Life. We'll start off with Kat on this one. Is this an F My Life for Steph?
No, that's a big baby. Like, girl, just leave him at home.
Right? Okay, what do you say, Mariano?
Oh, yeah, definitely big baby. I mean, the guy's so insecure they have to join you in a therapy session. Kick him to the curb.
Right, yeah, he should just dump his ass. I agree with that. But all right, big baby, all the way around. Here's our next email sent to me by Lindsay. She said, today my boss noticed some scratches on my shoulder and joked about how I must like it rough. That's not a problem. We have a friendly working relationship. The problem is that I haven't had sex in nearly 3 years, and the scratches are from my bird's claws. All right, F My Life. Mariano, what do you say?
Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, I'll definitely give it to her at my life.
All right, Kat, what would you say?
Oh, definitely. That's my life. Like, dang, that's rough.
Right. I wonder if she just lied and was like, yeah, I like my sex rough. That's what it is. All right, so yeah, definitely F my life. Yeah, I would too. I'd fake it. All right. Next email sent to me by Rick. He said, last night, a friend asked me to cover a shift at work because his grandmother died. Like any decent friend, I obliged. Later, after leaving, I walked by a bar and saw him inside, laughing and doing shots with all of our friends. F my life, Cat.
Oh my God. That's kind of like a toss-up. That could be enough for my life, but that's also a big baby. Like, just go in there and tell him, like, hey, bro, what the hell?
Right, like you owe me a shot now. Yeah. Mariano, what do you say?
Oh, yeah, baby, because what are you not doing in your life that you're being rejected by your friends?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you just made it personal for him. Now, yeah. At first, he was feeling bummed that he covered the guy's shift. Now he's like questioning his life choices and if he's a good friend. All right, we got 2 more left here. Matt sent me this email, beefvegan@kfma.com. He said, today I discovered a nail in the tire of my car and a nice sized crack on the screen of my phone. I didn't think the day could get worse until on my way to fix my tire, the cherry of my cigarette fell off and burned a huge hole in my driver's seat. This was my day off. All right, F my life. Mariano.
Well, I mean, at least she wasn't like Ice Cube getting fired on her day off, so there's a positive.
Okay. Look at you, Captain Optimist. What do you say, Kat?
I say big baby. Everybody's got bad days, man. Like, if the wheels started falling off your car, then
Calling
that's
people
my
out
life.
for their
Yeah. All right, I agree with you.
Calling
All right,
everybody
big
out for
baby
their
all the way around. Here's our final F my life of the day, sent to me by Kellyanne. She said, last night I called my boyfriend, or yesterday I called my boyfriend during his lunch break. He started to place his order at a fast food joint, and trying to be funny, I started moaning sexily after each part of his own order. Like, I'll take a large fry. A Big Mac. I eventually realized I was on speaker when I heard snickering in the background. That's my life. We'll start off with Cat on this one.
Big baby. Like, you should know you're being recorded when you go to McDonald's or anywhere that has a recording system.
Yeah, nice. What about you, Mariano?
Oh, yeah, big baby as well. But I mean, the McRib is back, so I'll be moaning myself. So I'll give that one to her.
Yeah, the McRib definitely gives you mouthgasms. Both Mariano and Kat, thank you guys so much for calling in and weighing in on these F My Lives with me, okay?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Anytime, babe.
Yeah, you guys are awesome, and thank you for listening. Keep those F My Life emails coming. beefvegan@kfma.com. Just remember to do the subject line FML. There we go. We'll hit the reset, All be back right. with more. Isn't that cool? So, I mean, we're at a point with F My Life's in the show that even if nobody's in studio and stuff, our listeners are quick to jump in and weigh in. They know the drill, they know the rules, and they're great. It was fantastic.
That worked out really well.
Yeah.
Now the next question is, why are you calling out every moment of optimism you hear today?
You know what? After midterm elections, I think it's important to point out the optimism. The timing is good, so I just tried to do that. I literally just got the phone call. I said mouthgasm in this last clip, and the guy who's been calling me all morning long, I don't know who it is, probably a streamer. I've been having fun with it, but he's kind of been not prank calling, but very odd calling. And I played that clip earlier, and he just called and did this. Rock 1 2.1, who's this?
I love you.
Okay, that's very nice. Thank you. I love you too.
And your deep, sexy voice.
Yeah, it is
Why,
pretty
thank
deep.
you.
And the way you make everybody's ears ring with happiness in the morning.
I give them eargasms. Yeah, so that was a clip. I played that off the ramp on Foo Fighters Pretender.
My ears, in fact, pour red every morning, which is the color of love. So,
Oh, there
fantastic.
you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, speaking of which, Josh from Greta Van Fleet, his eardrum was pouring red, and they canceled that show this evening.
Tonight?
Yeah. And I've been now. This pissed me off on several things. All right.
Oh, yeah. This is like the
several different
icing
levels.
on the cake for this story.
Yeah, because not only was I bitching about making this soft announcement, but it also cost me an extra $400 to rearrange my flight plans for San Francisco, because I was initially going to go this weekend and cancel my appearances at the Roadrunner game just so I could make the announcement for Greta Van Fleet. Now, it was my mistake because I thought it was on a Saturday instead of a Wednesday, but everything about this was shitty. And them canceling at the very last minute, of course that's happening.
Of
I'm like,
course.
Right.
It
So-
literally could not have gone any other way.
Yeah. So, all right. Weirdo said, I'll get on the stream once again in the car. Sounds good, Weirdo. You have a couple minutes.
Yeah,
Hopefully she's
awkward.
feeling better.
I would like to make a report that Sonic the Hedgehog is back.
How's it back? The game
Sonic
is back?
Frontiers came out yesterday. I'm only I've played it for about 4 hours last night, but so far, 2 thumbs up. The guys that made that game sat down, played Breath of the Wild, and went, how can we put Breath of the Wild into Sonic? And then they did that, and it is really good.
You know, I should have got travel insurance. Can you screen share it? Do you have it on PC?
Yes, I can give it a shot. Sure. Give me a moment.
Yeah. Give me a second. We got 55 seconds. We'll do Hollywood headlines. Yeah, I'm such a novice traveler, Heather, that I didn't even consider travel insurance. But we'll find out right now, JJ, as we got Weirdo popping up on the stream. How you feeling, Weirdo?
I'm here functioning, I guess.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so you got your thyroid swollen and you got a low fever because kids.
Yeah, I just got done at urgent care. I have strep throat.
Oh, you want some amoxicillin?
He's got the
I'm allergic
hookup.
to amoxicillin.
Well, that's the thing. I should have just said, hey, I'll give you some amoxicillin. That's why I load up on amoxicillin for this occasion. And especially with you being poly, I'm sure strep throat is something that happens almost bi-weekly. Hold on a second. Rock on 2.1 KFMN. Welcome back. We're on the air here. I got Weirdo joining me on the stream. She just found out she has strep. That's why she couldn't make it in today. And I hope you feel better. And I did tell you that I do have Mexican amoxicillin and I have tons of it. I get it every time I go to Nogi or Rocky Point. It is such a good investment. And I know that being diagnosed with strep throat, what did they prescribe you?
They prescribed me something else. I'm allergic to amoxicillin.
Oh, what? Well, even Mexican amoxicillin? I'm sure it's not even the real thing.
Nope, I'm allergic to amoxicillin, epicillin, and penicillin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, all the cillins. That's not good. All right. Well, I guess I wish you well in recovering naturally, I guess. But again, being poly, I figured that strep throat it comes with the territory because it's like the kissing disease. Well, that's mono. But it's a cousin. It's a cousin to the kissing disease. And if you're kissing multiple people, you're more likely to get the strep. Am I wrong?
Technically, no.
See?
Technically, no.
No, but I have 4 children and they're just petri dishes of disease and grossness. So pretty sure I got a 5-year-old.
That's true. Yeah. Future reference. Next time you come into the studio, I need you to be in a full body suit, kind of like a hazmat suit. Keep those germs in. Because I ain't trying to get sick for a 3-day weekend. Let's do some Hollywood headline news real quick while I have you both here. If audiences don't react to the Avatar, The Way of the Water, James Cameron said he may stop making sequels. This is a great way to hype up Avatar, The Way of the Water, and it basically threatened to take his ball and go home. He says that initially, right, the deal was that we were going to get 3 additional Avatar movies. Okay, it's starting with The Way of the Water, but that means it was going to be 4 movies total. Okay, obviously the first Avatar happened about 15 years ago. The reason why he's saying this is because he doesn't know if people will care in this Marvel world. So he said, hey, if this Way of the Water Avatar film underperforms whatsoever, then I'm just going to do 1 more and that's it, because he has that second one in the can. He won't go back to shoot a 4th one, because if it doesn't make dollars, it doesn't make sense. So is this disappointing news for you, Todd?
Nah, not really. Like, he can move on. I'm okay if it doesn't work.
I'll tell you what, the trailers for The Way of the Water do look fantastic. It'll be interesting to see if aliens can outperform superheroes. We already know that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is going to be a box office beast. And if here's the proof, if you didn't need it, it already sold $45 million in advance tickets. So by Friday, advanced sales could be in the 60 million range, which is more than the $55 million in advance sales that the original Black Panther raked in. So you're looking for a massive box office weekend for Black Panther. And the early reviews on this have been phenomenal. Have you seen them?
The reviews, yeah. I'm excited to see the movie.
Yeah, so it's coming out this Friday, probably Thursday for the early release. And finally, we talked about the Marvel Universe. Of course, there's the DC Universe. Netflix, it looks like they're getting criticized for creating what's being called a serial killer extended universe. Now, this is all because of shows like Monster, which was just renewed for 2 more seasons. Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, was a Ryan Murphy project, and a lot of people watched it. It was a huge hit on Netflix, and apparently he's going to do 2 more seasons focusing on different serial killers. Now, people are accusing them of starting this serial killer universe and treating real-life killers like the Avengers, but Netflix has literally built their entire foundation off of murder porn documentaries. That's what Netflix streamers like to see. So it doesn't surprise me that they would create a serial killer extended universe. Weirdo, you're a chick. You like murder docs. Are you excited about the serial killer extended universe, or you think it's too much?
No, I think it's great. I know there's a whole thing about not trying to glorify these people, but they're already glorified. There's already books and books and books on them. So might as well give some actors some jobs and keep going with it. Cause I'm all about it. I'm all about
That's true. They're famous enough. There is a Netflix documentary on each one of these guys. So yeah,
yes,
they're pretty famous. Yeah.
And they know they know the stats and the data of who's watching what, how much they're watching. So they know to invest their money into serial killers. It's an odd obsession that I blame on women in general. But either way, the serial killer extended universe will continue to thrive on Netflix. And that's your Hollywood Minute. Coming up on the podcast broadcast, Whitney Cummings is starting an OnlyFans, and it's about to get dirty. I'm going to tell you what you could expect on the podcast broadcast stream, and then we'll wrap things up with your beef tip after these words. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Clear. What do you think of that stream beyond the you mean
besides stretching
Cummings?
Whitney Cummings for a minute and a half?
I knew you'd pick up on that. I was trying to be smooth, and I did. I said it like she was coming. So Whitney Cummings is starting an OnlyFans, and she's doing it only because there's too many Karens on Twitter. So her theory is that OnlyFans is the only safe space for comedians to tell dirty jokes, right?
No, that's not true.
Well, she sees it as a future for comedians who are looking for that safe. Twitter's filled with dorks and snitches who want to report the jokes as hate speech. So on OnlyFans, she could be as taboo as she wants to, and she could do it in a nude, which she won't. But she is planning to charge $10 a month for her page. And she's already joked about potential nudes happening on her page too. So honestly, for $10 a month, you got to show a nip or something. What's the most you would spend for a comedian's OnlyFans page, knowing that they're only going to be using it to tell jokes?
I mean, like, isn't it just like Patreon? You like sign up and all that. So I mean, it's just another platform. I mean, I've followed a couple comedians with exclusive content like that for $10 or $15 for a little while. So hey, if there's a chance of some nip slip from Whitney Cummings, I think she's hot.
She is hot. And well, here's the thing. And unfortunately, I've seen this, the evolution of OnlyFans. I know how it works. You could start off with the intention of doing tasteful nudes or non-nudes. And that's how it starts. Within about 3 months, it's full-blown boy-girl, girl-girl, hardcore porn action. So when Whitney Cummings is going in with the intent to just tell some jokes on OnlyFans, something about OnlyFans makes you say, you know what? I do want to film myself sucking a dick. And that's what happens. So OnlyFans, Whitney Cummings' OnlyFans page will turn into hardcore porn before the end of 2023. That's my bold prediction.
That will be a fantastic Christmas present.
If that's the case, I'm sure she'll charge more than $10 a month, or she'll just rack up the pay-per-view buys. But considering how much money is being made by OnlyFans content creators when they're in the top like 5%, it's an obscene amount of money. You're talking over $200,000 a month. And obviously there's a bunch of people on OnlyFans that aren't making that kind of money, but the ones that figure it out and know how to do it make a ton of money. And then the ones that are super hot make a ton of money as well. In fact, actually, I was reading about this Las Vegas stripper who started OnlyFans, and she's not stripping anymore because of OnlyFans, because she is making $200,000 a month, and she is basically a plastic sex doll, a living plastic sex doll. But yeah, so now her clients won't be able to see her live in the flesh just because there's no reason to do it anymore because OnlyFans. So OnlyFans is really just kind of like destroying our strip club industry. That's that's a serious situation that nobody's talking about.
No, I don't agree with that, because if that was the case, then internet porn would have destroyed it. If you could just stay home and it was all about just seeing titties in the privacy of your own home, then you could already do that. That has existed for 20 years already.
Isn't that weird that we've had a free internet porn for at least a decade before OnlyFans came along, and now people are like, you know what? I got an idea. I want to pay for porn. Because it's like, wait a second, you have
support local.
Yeah, I guess, and you can support local. I mean, in fact, when we were playing with the idea of doing a local OnlyFans model of the week segment to kind of help support local business, quote unquote, we Googled it, Tucson OnlyFans, and you could do that. And there's literally websites that could break down OnlyFans content creators based off region and their taglines. So yeah, I was able to see that there are a ton of people here in Tucson that have OnlyFans pages. And unfortunately, we just didn't work out the logistics of the OnlyFans model of the week. But that's still a good idea. I'm sticking by that. Right? No? Okay.
Depends on the quality of the people in Tucson that are signing up to do OnlyFans.
Oh no, the quality's there. I mean, I would pull it up and show you.
If you could, without getting kicked off the stream.
Yes, that's the thing. I would get kicked off the stream. All right, Weirdo, where are you driving to? You trying to go somewhere?
No, I'm just sitting in the parking lot at Urgent Care, just hanging out.
Okay, good. All right. Well, Todd, show me this video real quick. This is Todd's talking about the return of Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, this is PC, huh?
This is PC, Sonic Frontiers, but it's out on, I think, everything.
Okay, yeah. I would imagine. Well, they don't have Sega anymore, so Sony PlayStation?
No, Sega still does it. It's just Sega's game now. Sega's their own independent studio. They just make games now, but it has this open world vibe to it where you're trying to get around and there's all these kind of puzzles and obstacles for you to zip around and try and figure out, which I haven't figured that one out yet. The more you do, the more you seem to unlock this open world, which I guess I haven't done this one yet. Moments like this.
Yeah. Let's see. Song 2.
And this is how it goes. And I've been collecting the Chaos Emeralds like normal, but there's a weird lady that keeps telling me I'm wrong. And it's still the first chapter. So I've only about 4 hours in. I don't even know if I'm really ready to review it fully yet, but I'm enjoying my time with it. That's for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, the map does look good. It's all 3D-ish. And so, it looks like Grand Theft Auto in the way that the landscape is.
It's a little more, like I said, it's a little Breath of the Wildy. Like, a lot of the cues, a lot of the senses, a lot of the collectible, the curiosity things from Breath of the Wild, a lot of those essences are still forced in here pretty effectively, I would say, so far. And then there's more traditional Sonic levels, if I can find one here real quick.
Would you recommend this for a 5-year-old? My 5-year-old is obsessed with Sonic.
It is. I've found it pretty challenging, and do I not have any more of those yet? Okay, I don't have another cog yet.
I'm sure you can set it to easy though.
There is. I'm playing on just normal, and it's pretty challenging. It's on a lot of the traversial. It's really challenging. Some of the unique bosses that exist in here are wide, tall, really hard to crawl up. So there's a good sense of exploration and fighting these guys. So for a 5-year-old, might be actually a little tough, but they could have fun just like running around.
Yeah, I can
but
see
if you
that.
had fun with Breath of the Wild, if you had fun even with Elden Ring, this might be a game worth checking out.
Yeah, nice. Never underestimate a 5-year-old and their ability to play video games over a 40-year-old man. Even though you've been playing it longer, some of these kids are kind of born with the skills,
I still keep my son in check, so I feel pretty confident. I can beat a 5-year-old. Mostly confident.
Yeah. What's the game that your son feels confident that he could beat you in?
Right now, that's a good question. Probably anything with a heavy strategy to it that he's been playing for a while, like Total War.
Yeah. Okay.
Anything with a Warhammer in the title, probably.
That's fine. See, I wish my daughter played video games and in the same video. We play a couple times, but she's just not into it, and it's a bummer. That's one of the reasons why I wanted a boy, just to do boy shit. Day 3 at the hotel, Nick. Where are you staying at? Why? Oh, that's why. Well, that's a bummer, dude. And I hope it all works out for you. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, take day by day and going through the whole process, but I get it. And what a long drawn out process that is. But thoughts are with you, dude. I'll see you at the game. Buy you a beer. All right. So yeah, the game looks pretty cool. I gotta figure out.
Oh, there's one of the big bosses there.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll bring it back.
Okay, I don't know. I gotta figure out how to actually get on that trail to chase it. But that guy is just flying around, and that's one of the big open world bosses that exist in this game that are they make you sweat a little bit.
That's cool though. This is Sonic. So so at any point in time you could choose to try to fight one of the big bosses.
It shouldn't be, it's not hard. Like, see, he's coming down there. So if I was a little more lined up on this bridge, I could probably just jump on it. And then it's a chase.
Oh shit, you got the squid. Yeah, nice. Kill him. All right, hold that thought though. I got to wrap things up with a beef tip.
Buddy.
I appreciate you guys popping in though. So I'll let Todd play his game, and here's a legitimate beef tip for you guys before we wrap things up and come back for our last show of the week tomorrow morning. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's the podcast broadcast, joined by Todd Marley and Weirdo via satellite. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for the show today. But before we wrap things up, I'd like to give you a beef tip. Today's a very educational one as well. It's the best time to weigh yourself. If you're looking to lose weight or maintain your weight during the holidays, which that's when we stack up those pounds and then we start looking all doughy in our holiday pictures. Well, they say the best time to weigh yourself is first thing in the morning each and every day. Studies have found that it really does encourage us to lose weight or at least not gain more. So do it first thing in the morning and you'll get more consistent results. And you're less likely to forget. So you also know how much you weigh. And right before you go for that cupcake, be like, shut it down, fatty. You're already 2 pounds overweight.
I'm right there.
Weigh yourself first thing in the morning. And that's the best way for you not to gain unneeded weight during the holidays. And that's your beef tip. See, we're educating you this morning. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. But tomorrow morning, I'll continue to give away tickets for Felipe Esparza, the Monster Truck tickets, and of course, your Tucson Roadrunner tickets. But until then, Robin Nash is up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later. When you wish upon. Clear. Thank you guys for jumping on the stream. I appreciate it. Made it fun, and I'm glad that you were available. Weirdo, I hope you start feeling better soon, and I'll see you next Wednesday, okay? Yeah, don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So take your non-cillin and call me in the morning.
See, that's weird. I'm the reverse. Exactly. I'm allergic to penicillin, and if I have to take amoxicillin.
Really? I mean, it's still all fungus.
Yeah.
No, amoxicillin is not a fungus.
Fungus?
It's not a fungus.
See, well, hold on. Let me tell you the name of what they told me to take.
All right.
Clindamycin.
Chlamydia.
I've taken that too.
They're like, take chlamydia and see if that makes you feel better.
It's even more synthetic, but it's fine. It works.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
One capsule a day, 3 times a day.
You'll be fine. Get some rest, chicken noodle soup and all that good shit, okay? I need you 100% by next week.
I will be there.
Yeah, he had to call me. How desperate does he have to get? Jesus.
No, the only reason why I haven't been throwing out the invite is I figured you've been busy with all these basketball games and shit.
I've been like, I'm so tired right now, and I still have yes. There were. Oh, by the way, Monday. How many basketball games do you think were broadcast? Just guess. Just guess a number. It's in the hundreds.
Comment. Yeah. I saw your comment. I was going to guess 123.
No, not even close.
Oh, it was even more than that?
No, it was double that.
Oh, so 200
364 games broadcast yesterday.
That's fucking 3 times the amount, not double. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, my math is not working right now, and I admit that.
Yeah.
Just basketball?
Just basketball.
College basketball and what and the NBA?
And NBA and one
G League?
One NBA G League.
Did you see the first Orthodox Jew to play in the G League?
That what? No. Is that a
Yeah.
storyline?
Yeah, no, that's a real thing. It's I forgot his name off the top of my head, but he wears a yarmulke.
Good for him.
Yeah, in the game, and he was the NCAA collegiate scoring leader last year. And so he's in the G League now, but a lot of people are hoping that he's going to be the guy that's able to kind of break through and be the first ever Orthodox Jew to play in the NBA. So
it's good for him.
Yeah. All right. So we're ending it on that positive tip. Let's I gotta get out of here. And and you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you in chat tomorrow and pop you in the stream for a fun Thursday and Weirdo Get Better. And we'll see you Wednesday, okay?
Later days.
Word.
All right, later, guys. Thanks so much. Peace.
Hey, peace.